Greetings, my name is MC Squared, and this is going to be my first ever video theory. This theory involves the end of Sonic Forces, specifically the final boss, which I am calling this theory the Phantom Mother Nega-Wisp theory. Now I know what you're thinking, why am I playing Sonic Mania when this theory is about Sonic Forces? Well, here's the thing. After a recent Windows 10 update, Sonic Forces wouldn't run anymore. Thanks a lot, Windows 10. So I did some research and I found a few solutions to my problem. However, one of them was to delete some kind of graphics file or something about graphics within the Sonic Forces files or whatever, which were replaced, I guess, by the default ones upon running, which didn't help and it still crashed. So then I found something else that said to go into the programs of the computer and delete the Visual Studio's redistributable files or programs, whatever, from 2012 to 2017. Which I did. Then I reinstalled some new ones, but that didn't help either. So I'm just going to be playing Sonic Mania while doing this theory, and hopefully another Windows 10 will fix this problem, or maybe there will be an update for Sonic Forces. I don't know. I just hope it gets done soon. Now let's get into the theory itself. Now warning, there are spoilers if you haven't played Sonic Forces, but most people have by now, so it's whatever. Now the boss fight before the final boss is between Sonic, Classic Sonic, and your avatar versus Eggman's Death Egg robot. What I want to point out is Classic Sonic's fight with the Death Egg robot, specifically the purpose for his fight, which is to destroy the shield in front of the Death Egg robot. It is strange to me that the shield only covers a small portion of the robot, and this got me thinking, why is it just that area? Well, it just so happens that the true final boss of Sonic Forces emerges from the said area, obviously. Upon defeating the Death Egg robot, the true final boss escapes the cavity of the Death Egg robot's chest. What is interesting to note here is the final boss's name, its appearance, its attack style, and the noises or sounds that occur. Starting with the name, you see that the title given to the final boss while playing is just simply Death Egg Robot. Now this is strange, because I believe this was either a mistake by Sonic Team or just a teaser to hide the real name, because, well, you know how Sega can be. The final boss also might not look familiar at first, but its attack style hints at another final boss from another game. As you fight the final boss, it shoots lasers out of its tendrils, tentacles, or whatever they might be, that which it moves horizontally along the ground, or whatever it is that the hero trio is traversing. This can also be seen in the final boss of Sonic Colors, when Sonic fights the Nega-Mother Wisp. Now keep in mind that Eggman pilots the boss in Sonic Colors. You're going to want to keep this in mind throughout this theory. Notice the resemblance in general and the similarity between both bosses' attacks. They are too identical to just be coincidence, or Sonic Team was just too lazy to give the final boss of Sonic Forces its own unique fighting style, but I don't think this is the case per se. Now I want to talk more about the appearance of Sonic Forces' final boss. Notice the colors around it and in it, all in the violet or near violet spectrum, very similar or even exactly identical to the colors of the Phantom Ruby. Also notice the sounds that it makes when it screeches or whatever it does before the last fight begins. Is it starting to make sense now? If not, let's take a look back at Sonic Mania. This theory heavily implies a statement that Gamer Guide 7 Aces made in his theory, The Untold Story of the Phantom Ruby, which was, the Phantom Ruby turns its possessor or possessors into phantoms. Now I tweaked this a little bit because, well, plagiarism. Now this makes sense, and I believe that the final boss of Sonic Forces is actually, and none other than, the Phantom Nega-Mother Wisp, complete with its own free will. Now, all of this leads me to one more important thing that may not really need to be covered, but I will cover it anyway because I think it may help sort out another potential issue which involves Eggman. Now unlike the final boss of Sonic Colors, and because, if my theory is true, then the final boss of Sonic Forces does not need to be piloted. Thus, Eggman escaped from the Death Egg robot, which I believe he was controlling from the head of the robot and not from the final boss, which was located within the chest cavity. I also want to go into detail about the reasoning for the shield covering only the area where the final boss resided. I believe it only covered that specific area because Eggman had to keep the Nega-Mother Wisp from escaping. Now what I mean is, I think that when he introduced the Phantom Ruby to the Death Egg robot, which I believe he may have implanted inside of the Nega-Mother Wisp, which he could then connected to the Death Egg robot to act as a catalyst or some sort of Phantom Ruby energy generator to power his robot, Eggman knew that it would turn into a phantom version of itself. Thus he created the shield to contain it in the chest cavity. Another possibility is that he had to capture the Phantom Nega-Mother Wisp first, then get it into the chest cavity of the Death Egg robot, and upon doing so, he realized he would need a barrier to keep it from escaping. But in either case, when the Phantom Nega-Mother Wisp escapes before you have to battle it, its movements are very fluidous, and it appears to be non-controlled in my opinion. If this is true, then it more so proves that the final boss was not controlled by Eggman. And this concludes my Sonic Forces Phantom Nega-Mother Wisp theory. Hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to click that like button, give a subscribe, heck, even hit the bell to see more instantaneous stuff as soon as I post things. I have many more plans for more videos, more theories, and all kinds of other things, so stay tuned. MC Squared out.